Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 8, titled Full Nelson. As Flag puts everyone around him in increasing danger, the 11th Street kids must convince Peacemaker that he's one of them. This is the finale of Season 2, and unfortunately, I have heard, some people's thoughts about something that does happen in this episode. I'm going to wait until I see where things go myself, but the thoughts I've heard have been mixed, so don't know. Also, I've finally done something that has been requested of me a couple times, and that is you'll notice when I actually start the episode, there's going to be a timer uh, there. There's going to be a timer there that will actually run with the episode. I've had it asked a couple times, so I decided to do it. I've also seen it said on other channels that they the viewers appreciate it when the reactor stops the episode or pauses the episode to when they express their thoughts. That way they don't like miss out on things while trying to focus on what they're trying to say or lose their train of thought by what happens in the shows. And I know I that happens with me a few times, so I'm gonna try that out as well. If there's any like actual thoughts I need to get out rather than just comments on what's happened, like sentence long comments. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't know what to expect from this episode, but let's get it started in three, two, one, go. It did actually start, it's just on the new episodes Friday thing. Hmm. Why is there a secondary previously on? He did seem excited about the fact that it was stable. Almost all of that previously on was last episode, which I have just watched, so hey, big belly burger. That's a fair response. Yes, you get a float so you don't bother the waitress. They got Maven on it. It was a random one in the back who just joined in as well. No, I protected it. Yeah, it is. But you could still be nicer to him. Ah, and this is the boat. I didn't realize it had been a month already for this season. Well, because they said it was a week at the start. Yeah, but since I may be misremembering that. I still have yet to actively be able to spot any of the extended scenes. Like if I had to think, maybe that Harcourt one at the end, because the vid seemed a little shorter. All of them. I killed my family twice. Is he back in Belle Reve, or is that a different prison? Do you really need decontam, considering they were coming in and out of it with no issue, even with Luther's portal? This place is quite expansive for only having 100 doors. What does that even mean? There is a part of me that wants to hear it keep going, but oh, I feel bad for him. Hey, it's Otis. So he's gotten all of them. Hey, this one's open. What in the Candyland bullshit is that? Smart. Keep one person on that side of the portal to be able to keep the link going. Something incredibly small or something invisible? She called it. Even she called it titties. Where did they get glass from? Was that from one of the helmets or? Why was he throwing him onto the other guy? Are these the imps from Five Doors Down? Oh, well, shit. Who are you talking to, John? If it was uninhabited, how would it have a door? Another place to colonize, as humans are ought to do. Oh, dang it, Adrian. I get it, you're messed up because. The Just take the money ads. Hmm. Not even gonna check. Aren't you meant to not leave town on bail? Are we ever gonna find out what's the um? Okay, a portal just straight to a black hole. What do you mean by looks promising? Are you gonna try and harness the energy of a black hole? Those better not be zombies. Just crazed masked cannibals, hopefully. Nope, zombies. Another one dead. Hmm. Even Sasha seems a little disillusioned. What prison? Wow, you sound exactly like Lex did. We did see at the start there was talks about multiple. What about Sasha? Does she count as metal? No. There have been multiple times in the comics when even he's admitted he's not the smartest. I wonder how his friends on Task Force M will feel about his plans. I wonder how Frank would feel about his plans. Here's the thing: knowing what we know about Argus, how do we know that the things they implanted in Sasha can't track her? Like, hear everything she says or hears. Hmm. I guess what Adebayo said about the other world and this government is true. How they're not that different. Sending an entire group of people to a prison forever, which would get you sent over to that. Which friend? Adebayo? Is this a cover or was Weird Sisters? Was that one the cover? Twisted Sister, I mean. Apparently that this one must have been the cover. Hmm. Hmm. Can you access that all from your head? Oh, and put the dogs back. Mm. I was hoping it would work out with them. Why would you leave John to be the one to do this? John, why? Why are you the way you are? Hmm. It is not wrong. They stop having enough energy to actually shed their shell. Was that really necessary? Really, Adrian? You mean like an actual curse? Why did they cut to Adrian when she said he touches people? Like, I thought he was gonna crack a joke or something at that. Yes, it adds weight to. How did Vidge even get there? I knew he was gonna do something like this. So apparently he was in Superman when he gets slammed into the ground and all the people in Metropolis are helping him up. Apparently he's on the edge of the crater. You meant to put them in your lips, not. I got Flurry in. I guess after watching his entire team, well, almost his entire team, die for Argus, John keeps looking at Sasha. There was also what Flurry said about. Honestly, those two are good together. Uh, I was also going to make a comment with how Flurry said you did the right thing to John um, when he actually booked Peacekeeper instead of letting Flag have his way with him. Oh, checkmate. Vaguely think I've heard of something like that. But as I keep saying, I'm not as familiar with DC as Marvel. But checkmate definitely sounds familiar. That's an Argus truck. You're lucky you didn't get your hand cut off there. Well, that doesn't sound good. Um, well, okay. I can see what people were saying about Flag's turn seeming very out of left field. Like, I can understand. We've got Flag and Creature Commandos, where he's working with a whole team of metahumans, where all that seems to be going well. Then you have the whole question about whether Cersei was right or not. Him going off on his own thing, meets Frank, befriends him, gets his back broken by Clayface. Really, that is one bad metahuman out of seven? Well, there's five or six on the team. And also, GI Robot doesn't count. I'll continue this later. Radio. Um, Still 11 minutes left. Hmm. Yeah, so we see all that. Then we've got the events of Superman, where again he's fighting arguing on behalf of metahumans against Lex Luthor and everything. Where he's um basically shitting on Lex's idea to replace the Justice Gang and all of that with his own private army of the Engineer, Ultraman, and the Raptors. Again, the only bad metahumans in that were the Engineer, who was under Lex's direct control, and Ultraman, who was directly under Lex's control. And, of course, the Kaiju that Lex let out. Now, yes, we do hear about metahumans breaking out of Arkham and Belle Reve and all that on the news at the start of the season. We also have, like, Starro and all of the um ones on, like, the Suicide Squad and all of that. Fair. And also those still down in Task Force M. Sure, some of those aren't the best, but for him to turn around from actively working with them, actively defending them, to wanting to send them all to an alternate dimension for life, willingly sending people in to die when there's no way Lex couldn't have made drones, or Argus wouldn't have some, like, automated things that they could send in instead of actual people. Because all they needed was something to move around, try and open doors, and get readings. And yet he just sent in waves of people, usually with one casualty each door they encountered, at least. And he's just completely okay with that. Um, and him just doing everything Lex wanted, working with all of the same people Lex had. Um, as the one at the Pentagon said, whose name I don't remember, it's been a month and you've gone from shitting on this idea to implementing it yourself. Because what is the difference between sending them to salvation and Lex's interdimensional prison? Like, yeah, I can understand what people are saying about it was very quick, complete 180 turnaround. And yeah, I don't know. He's still dealing with his son's killer and all that. Like, I can understand that. And I could even reason that out to him sending Peacemaker to the other universe. Just completely getting rid of the source of his son's death, while having him volunteer to see what this other world's like. But and also, yes, Argus is meant to be the one who does all the like really intense imprisoning of metahumans and the likes for like the Suicide Squad and that. Um, DC Comics. Hmm. Um. Hmm. So apparently, Checkmate is a team, and the reason I've been hearing so much about it, like it's triggered something, is that at one point, just based off of the picture that came up when you Googled it, Bordeaux was a member of this. Um, I'm not seeing her name on the list of former members. There we go, Sasha Bordeaux. Um, Other members are Alan Scott, Green Lantern, Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific, Helena Bertinelli, um, Amanda Waller was a founding member, Harvey Bullock, okay, The Thinker, um, just reading out the names that I immediately recognize. Roy Harper, Count Vertigo. Okay, so there are a few people I know. Fire, is that the green one? Yes. So I know her too. Hmm. So it's interesting. Obviously, this is being raised as a rival to um, Argus, whereas the first line of this says Checkmate is an intelligence agency established by Waller as an independent branch of Task Force X, or the Suicide Squad. And the hierarchical system is modeled after pieces of in chess, as it was named after the winning move in chess. Kings and queens being the leaders, bishops, rooks, knights, and all that. But yeah, so I don't know how that's going to tie into everything because the people who founded it don't really seem like the ones who would like develop that kind of system. But who knows? Um, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end this one here because I need to let this digest. I don't know whether I'm gonna be back before this comes out to like give my any additional thoughts, but overall the ending was good. Getting to see all the other dimensions was interesting. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I also don't know how this is said to set up, um, directly set up Man of Tomorrow, which is the next Superman film. How? I mean, it'll be obvious when, um, we get to Man of Tomorrow, and it brings in things. Like, is it just setting up where Lex is, where Argus is, all that in relation to the events of Man of Tomorrow, because I don't really classify that as directly setting it up. But yeah, I don't know, because they've basically closed off the QUC, made a direct bridge between this universe and Salvation. There's something up about Salvation with the noises we heard at the end there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to end this one here. I'll catch you in the next one.